هادي له أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله بكنا طريق يفوى نبي محمد صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم Ọlọ́run bá tí a dá ọpẹ́ fún ní ọba tí ó ṣe ẹnìkọ̀ọ̀kan wa ní mùsùlùmí àbí Ọlọ́run bá subhanahu wa ta'ala kí ó má fi àdánwò burúkú kan ẹnìkọ̀ọ̀kan wa tí ó máa ń dé báyàn téèyàn fi ní jẹ́ mùsùlùmí mọ́ kọ́lọ́run má jẹ́ kó dé bá ẹnìkọ̀ọ̀kan wa à ń fi àsìkò yìí kí ara wa pé assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Eléyìí ni ìbánisọ̀rọ̀ Ọlọ́run ọba subhanahu wa ta'ala èyí tí ó mọ̀ wáyé láti ẹnu àwọn àfáà wa alhamdulillah wọ́n ti wà ní ìkàlẹ̀ tí wọ́n mọ̀ fi ọ̀rọ̀ Ọlọ́run ọba subhanahu wa ta'ala ṣe wá láǹfààní pẹ̀lú ògo Ọlọ́run èyí tí ó mọ̀ jẹ́ àkórí ọ̀rọ̀ tòní ìbánisọ̀rọ̀ tòní òun ni tí a pè tọ́pìkì rẹ̀ ní exemplary Muslim ladies in the month of Ramadan. Exemplary Muslim ladies in the month of Ramadan. So àwọn Fadilatu Ustaz wa àwọn tí wà níkàlẹ̀ ẹ dákun gbogbo wa kí a mú gègé ìkọ̀wé wa gbogbo nǹkan tí wọ́n bá wa sọ lọ́nà kan lọ́nà míì tí ó bá rú wa lójú kí nígbà tí ètò bá parí a ní àǹfààní àti béèrè. So àbí Ọlọ́run bá subhanahu wa ta'ala kó ṣe ń rọrùn fún àwọn àfáà náà ní Fadilatu Ustaz الإمام الدكتور كمال الدين أجلاكو فليتفضل مشكورا.
إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا وسيئات أعمالنا إنه من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله أرسله الله بالهدى ودين الحق ليظهره على الدين كله وبلغ الأمانة الأمة وكشف الغمة حتى تركنا على محجة بيضاء ليلها كنهارها لا يزيغ عنها إلا هالك. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم بارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. أما بعد الحمد لله الذي بنعمه تتم الصالحات. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته أيها المسلمون المستمعون الكرام. أسأل الله سبحانه وتعالى أن يوفقنا لما يحب ويرضى، خاصة أن يوفقنا ويبلغنا شهر رمضان إنه ولي ذلك والقادر عليه. All praise, thanks, glorification and adoration are solemnly due to Allah. We appreciate Him, adore His names, and glorify Him. Beseech Him to shower His endless mercy and benediction upon the noble soul of Prophet Muhammad ibn Abdullah, his household, companions, and the generality of Muslims to the day of reckoning. Listeners, it is a great pleasure indeed to be associated with us this special time, a time where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala exemplify on us one of His majesties. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the one who controls all affairs. Allah can test us in a way that we never can imagine. Allah said, قُلْ أَرَأَيْتُمْ إِنْ أَصْبَحَ مَاؤُكُمْ غَوْرًا فَمَنْ يَأْتِيكُمْ بِمَاءٍ مَعِينٍ. If the source of your water dries, who is going to give you a free-flowing water? Allahu Akbar. Many people may not understand this, and you may think that we can dig onto the surface of the heart as much as we can go and get drinkable water. But on the other side, Allah demonstrates to us that you can have a source of drinkable water, sorry, a source of water, but the water will not be drinkable. Another way of expressing this similitude is what is happening to us. Allah sends to us agents of punishment that we do not know, and no man can face, we cannot identify. Everybody on earth, we are actually in problem. And the problem is not far-fetched. It is the problem of a virus, one of the smallest creatures that we ever seen, and no one can identify. That is the virus popularly known as COVID-19. COVID, that's coronavirus disease. Like I did mention in some of my discussion with people, knowledge has shown us that it is not now that coronavirus has been identified. It has actually been known for almost a decade now. It was recorded that the first viral disease associated with corona has been known since 1937, and yet it only affects the birds. But after then, it affects human, and the first human case was reported in 1960. The mute. The first human case was reported in 1960, and then there has been several evolutions. This one now come out in a way that we cannot imagine. Everywhere in the world, everyone is scared, everyone is in disarray. We don't know whom to call to except Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Now is the time that everyone has to sit at home. Now is the time that if you don't sit at home, you are endangering not only your life, but endangering the life of others. Not from a physical harm, not from an animal that is known to be a killer animal, maybe wild animal, but from a virus that cannot be seen. Allah is indeed the greatest. We pray Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala save us from these tribulations and make us safe and all our families. Brothers and sisters in Islam, coincidentally, this period is also a period where Allah wants us to get closer to Him. We do say, and we say that the prayer of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, which is reported by from him by one of his grandchildren, Hussein ibn Ali. He said the Prophet taught him the prayer that we often pray in Qunut, La malja wa la malja illa ilayk, minka illa ilayk. Meaning there is no way to run from you, and there is no way to avoid being dealt with by you except that we run back to you. We beseech Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, since we have all believed and we all know emphatically that none of us can actually take this problem away from us except Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The giants, the superpowers now are seeking help from people to come and help them. People that people run to now are seeking help from other person to assist them. Meaning that it is only Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that has the supreme power to assist people. We are in need of your assistance. We pray Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala raise this evil away from us and make us steadfast, save us and give us steadfastness in your religion. Having said this as introduction, I said this thing coincidentally also fall in a period where Allah wants us to be closer to Him. A period of the month of Sha'ban. Definitely, we are not oblivious of the fact that it has actually started before Sha'ban. But when the case in Nigeria come to be known, it is in the month of Rajab, then Sha'ban, and now we are in Ramadan. These 3 months are very important, like other months. Sha'ban, more importantly, the Prophet said, هو شعر يغفل الناس عنه. Sha'ban is a month that many people do forget about. And then I used to fast more in this month so that Allah وهو شهر يرفع فيه العمل إلى الله سبحانه. And this is a month that actions, deeds are raised to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I like that my deeds are raised to Allah while I'm fasting. So the Prophet used to fast, if not the whole, usually he doesn't fast the whole of Sha'ban, but he fasts most part of it. So Ummuna Aisha radiallahu anha said, we used to think that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam fasts the whole of Sha'ban because he will fast until we will assume that he doesn't break. And sometimes he will not fast at all, so that we will say, oh Prophet, won't you fast? But one of the months by which the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam fast more is in the month of Sha'ban. Now, Sha'ban today, by Allah's will be around 24, meaning that in a number of days now, we are into Ramadan. I am more, in this talk, we have so been restricted, and maybe by the virtue of what is going on, we have been told to discuss issues that affects ladies more. And that is why the topic is said to be most exemplary Muslim ladies in the month of Ramadan. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given recognitions to ladies, have given, like he does to every being, give so important recognition to them. Like we used to say that in the Quran, that there is no verse named after general men, but rather we have verses, we have chapter named as women chapter. Surah An-Nisa, that's Quran Surah 4. Again, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, after giving general lecture, he used to have a specific talk with ladies. That is why this talk is not out of it, to make it a date with Muslim ladies, more importantly, to discuss issues that affect them. But we were not uninformed again that even if we are not ladies, there are ladies who directly or indirectly related to us, our daughters, our mothers, our sisters, our wife. All these are ladies. So men can also listen and then benefit their wives, their children, or as the case may be, among the relationship that women establish between men and women, even our mothers. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has so blessed us with the month of Ramadan. And Ramadan is a month that every human being, in fact, every creature of Allah, we know that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is extending his mercy towards humankind. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, إِذَا جَاءَ Ramadan, when the month of Ramadan comes, فُتِحَتْ أَبْوَابُ السَّمَاءِ, the gates of the heavens will be open, meaning that most deeds will be accepted. Allah will, out of compassion, accept all deeds. Most deeds will be accepted by Allah. فُتِحَتْ أَبْوَابُ السَّمَاءِ وَغُلِّقَتْ أَبْوَابُ النَّارِ. Another thing is that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will close the gates of hell. And indeed, it is one of the belief that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make the heart to feed the warm or the heat from hell twice a year. This is what the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam explained in, he said, after Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created the hell now requested, oh Allah, I'm feeling the heat. I want that you give me time to expunge some of this heat. Allah said, I will give you twice in a year. Then the Prophet said, when the hell has to expunge some of the heat, that is, it happens twice in a year. Once is when you feel the extreme heat during, possibly during the autumn or winter. And also, the second stand is when you feel the extreme cold. That is what we refer to as Zamharir. Zamharir. These two periods are not too suitable for human. And that is what the Prophet said. However, this period would never happen in the month of Ramadan. meaning that Allah wants us all to get closer to Him and get way to get into paradise. And another thing is sufidat. In another riwayah, gulgilat. In another riwayah, sulsilat. All is same. Sufidat, gulgilat, sulsilat. All means that the murdu shayateen, the leaders of shaitan, all will be tied. The leaders of shayateen all will be tied. They will be chained and such that they will not be able to have effect. Before I go in, from this idea, scholar used to say, anybody you found still doing act that is repugnant, prohibited act in the month of Ramadan is the weakest of the weak when it comes to righteousness or piousness or piety. Why? Because the leaders of Shaitan himself and his armies, the leaders among them will be tied. So when the leaders are tied, the other ones is just the younger ones, the simple ones that will be let loose. Scholar used to say, anybody that is now being challenged by this smaller one, such that he now found himself committing acts that Allah prohibited, he is the weakest of the weak in the faith. We used to give example in this. If you are about 40 years old and you are going on the road, a 2-year-old boy and say, hey, you come here. Then you say, I'm sorry, sir. You start to shiver, shake, and tremble in your heart. We will know that you are the weakest of the weak. There is no two gainsaying about that, because this one is somebody can even step on and then we have to scream. Meaning that if you are indeed religious in the month of Ramadan, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will make you triumph or make all acts easy for you. Ramadan has many blessings. In a hadith reported by Imam Nasai, the Prophet used to say, announce to people in the month of Ramadan, he said, Ya ayyuhan nas, qad ja'akum Ramadan, shahrun mubarakun. O you men, qad ja'akum Ramadan, the month of Ramadan has come to you. Shahrun Mubarakun is a blessed month. When we say blessings from Allah, it is not until you amass wealth. And in fact, if you want to talk of amassing wealth, Allah can give you in this month of Ramadan. Shahrun Mubarakun futihat fihi abwab al-jannah wa ghulliqat fihi abwab an-nar. This is a blessed month that Allah used to open the seven heaven, the gates of the heaven. Wa ghulliqat abwab an-nar. Also, they used to close the gate of hell. وَصُفِّدَتْ shayateen. They also tie the leaders of the agents of shaitan. And also, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the Prophet says, فِيهِ لَيْلَةٌ. In this month is a night. This night, خَيْرٌ مِنْ أَلْفِ شَهْرٍ, is better than 1,000 months. And this one, by implication, is 83 years and some few months above that. Anybody who consistently and persistently without break worship Allah for this period will be said to be entitled to the mercy of Allah, will be said to have worshipped Allah for 83 years. Allahu Akbar. May Allah make it easy for us. When we come to the area of Laylatul Qadr, we want to explain that it is not just to wake up for 5 seconds and say you have made Laylatul Qadr. It is actually to pray. But while we're talking now, we're still talking about the benefits of Ramadan. Another benefit of Ramadan is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgives all sin. It's an expiator of sins. The Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said that Salatul Khamsa والجمعة إلى الجمعة ورمضان إلى رمضان مكفرات لما بينهن لمن اجتنب الكبائر. In another riwayah, إن اجتنبت الكبائر. Prophet said Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has said to him, and he knows that from the daily salawat between them, when you pray one and you go for the next one, Allah forgives you of all your sin. Between two Juma, Allahu Akbar, may Allah make it easy for us to be able to commence Juma and make us witness, because we are in a period of problem that all over the world Juma have been suspended painfully. This is where we go to Allah to beg Allah to lift away from us our tribulation, but we are being debarred based on this problem. But it is not out of place that we can stay at the corner of our homes and beg Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to leave this problem. May Allah lift it from us. The third thing is that wa Ramadan ila Ramadan. Between two Ramadan, mukaffiratun lima bainahun. It is also a clearer of sins for all the sins that you have done between both. I pray Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make this Ramadan a source of expiation for us from all our sins. Another blessing inherent in this month of Ramadan is that it is a month that Allah revealed the Quran. In it is also the Laylatul Qadr. This is not the point we want to stress more, so we will not want to emphasize more on why the Quran was revealed, why Laylatul Qadr. But now, as a Muslim lady, before we get to that, another thing that makes this month so important is that Allah has instituted fasting, siyam, in this month of Ramadan. Fasting is made compulsory on us only in this month of Ramadan. In Islam, it is only three forms of fasting that are compulsory. Others are supererogatory. The first one that is compulsory is this month of Ramadan. That is, Allah instituted it and made it compulsory on us in the second year after Hijrah. And since then, the Prophet had been fasting and all people around him and those that come up to this moment. It is not in our own time that Allah has made, it's not the Prophet's time that Allah made fasting compulsory. In fact, with the people before us. And may I say emphatically, even before Ramadan was made compulsory, there were fasting that were also compulsory. And that number one is the one all of us know, which is still part of the day today, but it has been lifted from being compulsory to not compulsory. And that is in what we refer to as Siyamu Ashura, that the Prophet ﷺ, from the beginning of Islam, according to Ummuna Aisha radiallahu anha, he said Quraysh used to fast it. According to Ibn Abbas or Ibn Umar, he said it is the people of book, the Jews that used to fast it. All same, it was compulsory in the early part of Islam. Later, it wasn't compulsory again. Alhamdulillah. But now the one that is compulsory, I said there are majorly three. Now in the month of Ramadan, the second one is Siyamun Nadhr. If you promise Allah, you make fasting compulsory on yourself, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala would want you to fulfill that. And that's what we refer to as Siyamun Nadhr. For instance, you want to request blessing from Allah, or you are looking for certain things. You say, oh Allah, if you do this for me, I will fast in His place. The third one is Sawmu Kafara, that is expiations. If, for instance, somebody shave his head in Hajj before you return home, before the time to shave, you have to fast 10 days. And to pay the fast, you take 3 days on Hajj and 7 days when you report home. Also, when you make false oaths, and all these are examples of Siyamu al-Kafara. These are the three major fasting that are compulsory in Islam. But now, as Muslim lady who want to fast, what are the benefits of this fast? The fast is so clear. It has religious benefits. It has general, or we say communal benefits. It also has individual benefits. As for religious benefit and blessings, it is a way to attain the mercy of Allah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says via the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, said, "Kullu amali bani Adam lahu illa siyam, illa sawm." In another riwayah, fa innahu li wa ana alladhi ujzi bihi. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, all you do in act of worship is for you. You pray salah is for you. You give sadaqah is for you. Allahu Akbar. You give zakah is for you. You go for hajj is for you. You make adhkar is for you. You read the Quran is for you. But when it comes to fasting, illa sawm fa innahu li wa ana alladhi ujzi bihi. The Prophet said, except for fasting, because I am the one that has it. And I'm the only one that can pay you back. This we cannot understand if we didn't understand where it's coming from. We want to talk about the majesty of Allah. Allah is so great. And then He said, He is the one to pay you. Example that is commonly close to our mouth when we make this when we read from this hadith is when a local government chairman promises you something, and then the president of the whole nation promises you something, you would want to see that you will be more enthusiastic to go and collect from the president of the nation. And Allah has the best example. You cannot compare the gift from Allah. Allah said, nothing can be paid to you that will equate what you do except what I will give you. And what Allah will give you is so enormous that we cannot count. Part of it is that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will make you enter the paradise through a special door that is uncommon. It is only those that fast that will go into paradise through the door. The Prophet said, Fil jannati babun yusamma royan. La yadkhulul jannata minhu illa saimun. يقول يوم القيامة يقال يوم القيامة أين الصائمون. The Prophet said there is a gate into paradise and nobody will gain entrance into paradise through the door except those that fast. Because there is special blessings for them through this door. May Allah make it easy for me and you and all our family. Another reasons why the fasting is instituted is that it's like Allah uses it to forgive our sins. Allah uses it to forgive our sins. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "Man sama yawman fi sabilillah, ba'ada Allahu bainahu wa bainan nari sab'ina kharifa." Anybody who fasts one day, Allahu Akbar, on the path of Allah, Allah will distance between him and hell more than 70 kharif. Kharif is like 4 miles. One kharif is 4 miles. So 4 miles times 70, you are talking of about 2,100 miles. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make it easy for us to be among the Sa'imun. Because when you fast, there are blessings. Allah says, ترك صومه ترك أكله وشرابه لأجل أنا. He left his food, feeding, his food, his drinks, not for any other purpose except for Allah. Then as-sawmu li. Sawm is actually for me. Wa ana alladhi ujzi bihi. And indeed, I am the one that can actually pay back. If we want to be listing the benefit of fasting, it is so much enormous. Like I did say, it has social benefit, it has individual benefit. As a social benefit, there, when you feel the hunger, because we talk about hunger when we are fasting, you will know that there are other people who are also hungry. Then you want to share, you want to give them. And indeed, because of the mercy Allah has so written in this month, most of us also want to be merciful with others. And that is why you see people sharing foods, you see people giving sadaqah, you see people encouraging others to do good things. All these are benefits that cannot be seen. I used to tell listeners, especially my associates, that the one that is the greatest loser is the one that fasts since morning. And when it's about 5 o'clock, Salatul Asr, then he decides to vitiate his fasting, not by drinking, and in fact, not by eating, but by committing things Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala prohibits. This is one of the greatest losers. You would see that when you are taking this fast, nobody want to commit sins that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala prohibits. On by extension, he will ask you, they will refuse to pay you or reward you for fasting. Because there will exist some people that they will not have any reward from their fasting, except that they complicate hunger on themselves, and they complicated also thirst on themselves. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make this not our portions. My mothers in Islam and my sisters in Islam, we have so said the importance of fasting, but we must not forget that to fast is compulsory. So when we have said all the benefits, fasting, the greatest of all the benefits of fasting is that fasting is a pillar of Islam. Fasting is a pillar in Islam. And that is, regardless of how we arrange it, it can be, depending on the hadith we choose, it can be number 3rd pillar, number 4th. Now, it can also be number 3rd. Usually people say it's the third pillar, but from several hadiths of Umar, also from the Quran, we will see that Allah usually mentioned both fasting and zakah together. So zakah is usually the third, while fasting is the fourth. Allah has made it compulsory on us to fast in the month of Ramadan. Now, having said this, that Ramadan is a way to worship Allah, anybody who refuses to fast could be regarded as kafir, especially if you believe that fasting is not in the religion. Well, if somebody didn't fast but believe that fasting is part of the religion, he is not a kafir, but he is committing a very, a bigger sin. Why? Because he refused to do. That is what we call al-i'rad or a-tark. You refuse to do it. Not because you are sick, not because things happen to you, but we choose to say, I cannot just go on hunger strike just because I want to observe Islam. No, I chose to believe in Allah, and that's enough. Anyone who says that, like some other persons want to say, this is actually ridiculously bad, and we must not try. Brothers and sisters in Islam, as we listen to this, we want to look at the roles, we want to look at the exemplary roles of Muslim ladies in Islam. Like I say, when we talk of ladies, we cannot exceed any of these three qualities. It's either you are presently or four, you are a wife, you are a sister to a brother, and then or to another sister, and then both of you are daughter to one family, and then you can also be a mother. So you are either wife, a daughter, a daughter can be sister, can be anything. But then you can also be mother. You want to take any occupation, meaning that those that will be listening to us now, they will fall in one of these categories. And in fact, those that fasting will be compulsory on among the ladies will only fall within this category. So want to talk to you are wife, anybody who can become wife then will be entitled to fasting. Anybody who is a sister that will be, that fasting will be compulsory on, will also be required, will also fall in the range of those that fasting is compulsory on, and mother. So the mother in Islam, wife, and our daughters that are ripe for fastings, what should be your exemplary roles that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants from you in this month of Ramadan? Like I said from the start of the lecture, ladies need to be told, because the Prophet said this and we must not be shy to mention this. One day the Prophet said, "Tasaddaqna, tasaddaqna, fa inna aktharakunna hatab jahannam." The Prophet said, "Oh, you ladies, female folks, tasaddaqna, do enough of charity, because most of you are inhabitants of hell." May Allah save our mothers, our children, our daughters, our sisters, our wives. May Allah save all of us from being an inhabitant of hell. This we are saying is very much important that we know. A lady took up the challenge and asked the Prophet, "Lima ya Rasulallah?" He said, لِأَنَّ كُنَّ تَكْفُرْنَ الْعَشِيرَةِ وَتُكْسِرْنَ الشَّكْوَى أو shaka." Because you used to disobey your husbands and also you wail a lot. This one make us know that there are specific things that ladies do that makes them be entitled to punishment. But I want to say that Allah has so blessed you in this month of Ramadan, such that it's a way for you to reclaim the lost glory that might have peradventure been lost. I told my wife, and I used to say to my sisters, my friends, that as if Allah has made Ramadan for only you. Please, sister, take glad tidings from me. Bí Ọlọ́run ṣe ààwẹ̀ fẹ́yìn nìkan ni. Ìyẹn gangan la fẹ́ wò ní ìsìn. Bó o làwẹ̀ ó ti jẹ́ sí yín tó ẹgbẹ́ yìí nìkan lẹ́ ṣàǹfààní ń bẹ̀. Téèyàn bá wò àwa mùsùlùmí lọ́kùnrin ní ìsìn, bá ti kírun tán, ká ti ṣe wáàsí ìtafọ́ òsèlú, káka Kùránì. Ṣùgbọ́n ẹ̀yin obìnrin, róòlù ti yín pọ̀ gan-an. Róòlù yín yẹn, àwa wò àfẹ́mu wá bí ọ̀nà bíi mẹ́ta àbọ̀nà bíi mẹ́rin. ròdù alákọ̀ọ́kọ́ ni bó la ṣe gbọ́dọ̀ welcome Ramadan gẹ́gẹ́ bí ìyá gẹ́gẹ́ bí ọmọ lóbìnrin tó ti dàgbà tó gbààwẹ̀. ẹlẹ́ẹ̀kẹta ń bẹ gẹ́gẹ́ bí ìyàwó ilé. báwo lèyẹn ṣe lè gbààwẹ̀ káwẹ̀ ó sì ṣe láǹfààní? báwo lèyẹn ṣe lè gbààwẹ̀? ìyẹn alákọ̀ọ́kọ́ ọ̀nà ni pé you have to welcome the month of Ramadan in a special way that is different from where people do. àwọn èèyàn ní ìsìn, you see people rushing to do some shoppings, buying food items. Some people are already stocking their house with foods. Despite this problem that we have, some people are stocking their house with several things to energize them during the month of Ramadan. And some other person, interestingly, scholars say this one is prohibited. Some people are already designing their houses, making it to look, attractive in procession of Ramadan. All these are actually not the way to process or welcome the month of Ramadan. What is expected in processing Ramadan or in working in welcoming Ramadan are, one, that we are happy at first. Al-farh wal-farh al-shadid. The second, the scholars, the Salaf, the pious predecessors, they are all always exemplary when it comes to welcoming Ramadan. Very happy, joyous, and indeed they like to welcome him. For one reason, it is a way, in fact, they say they live their life entirely to satisfy, around Ramadan. 6 months, they will be praying to witness Ramadan. 6 months, they will be praying that Allah accept the good deeds they have done. So one of the way to welcome Ramadan is to be happy that Ramadan is coming. The second thing is ad-du'a libulughihi wa shuhudi, that you pray to Allah to make you witness it. You have to pray. Allah ọba ló mọ àwọn tí ó witness eléyìí tó súnmọ́ yìí. We are counting days. Today is Sunday, and in 4 or 5 days, we're talking about we're in Ramadan. If Allah wills, we start on Friday. If Allah so will, it's going to be on Saturday. So before you, it's not up to a week. It's a matter of days. So you have to pray. If somebody that died yesterday, day before yesterday had known, he would have been praying that Allah make me witness this Ramadan. In fact, Allahumma ballighna Ramadan. It is one of the prayers that most pious predecessors used to do. The third one, as ladies, is al-mubadaratu ila qada'i ma fataka min as-siyami fi 'am al-madi. You have to hasten up to pay up what you are owing in the month of Ramadan. That is the nature of nature of ladies, most importantly. Maybe you are nurturing child. If you have not attained menopause, maybe you are nurturing a child, you are sick, you are pregnant, or you are having your monthly cycles. All this one necessitate that you will not fast. As a result, you are owing some fast. Ummuna Aisha radiallahu anha said, there used to be on me fasting in the month of Ramadan, then I used to hasten to pay it up in the month of Sha'ban, preceding the coming month of Ramadan. Meaning that this month is the month that we can actually pay up our missed fast for those who have not done that already. The third one is at-takhtit al-fa'ala liqadumi Ramadan. Exemplar, concrete plans to welcoming the month of Ramadan. Concrete plans to welcoming the month of Ramadan. Concrete plans in this regard implies we're planning to meet for the month of Ramadan in about 4 or 5 different ways. The first one is that you have to plan to fast the way Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants it. Concrete plan. And fasting in this regard, we are not talking about what is the meaning of fast, but we want to talk about how you want to take your own fast, how you want to fast the way Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has described. What are your plans? The first thing should be the fasting. You should pray that Allah give you strength to fast. Somebody asks, can I, as a lady, and I know that it is always good that I fast in the month of Ramadan completely, even though Allah has destined that sometime you're not able to fast, can I take pills? Can I take tablets to prevent my monthly cycle so that I will fast the month of Ramadan? Usually, Allah knows what befits us. Of course, Allah knows what befits us. You may not do that if it will harm you. But if you do it, al-ibra nuzulu dami, what we give consideration to is the blood. If the blood doesn't come down, you will fast. So scholars say the way you can do it for Hajj, you can also do it for the month of Ramadan. This is the answer by some of our recent scholars, that if you can use pills in order to prevent the circle this month, but if it will harm you, please leave that and fast the way Allah said it. Allah knows why He has made it on you that you have to witness the circle once in every month. So if you use the pills that prevent your monthly cycle so that you can fast completely, there is no problem about this if it will not affect your health. Plan that Allah give you strength to fast the whole of Ramadan. And this aspect, again, we are talking about concrete plans. And the first plan is the ibadah. We also look for plans with reference to your salawat. Reference to your salawat. Now, plans with reference to your salawat. We have to plan. And salat in the month of Ramadan is in two ways. We have the compulsory fast and we have the supererogatory fasting. The compulsory fasting is, the compulsory salawat, I'm sorry about that, and the supererogatory salawat. And the supererogatory salawat is also in two forms or has been increased more in the month of Ramadan. One, we have the daily one that we do every time. And we have the second one that concerns the Tarawih. As a lady, you have to plan that Allah give you strength to observe this fasting. Gbàgbé mo sọ lẹ́ẹ̀kan pé bí bọ́lọ̀ fẹ́ fún yín bonanza ni gbogbo àwọn àṣìṣe téèyàn ti ń ṣe tí ó jẹ́ kéèyàn tọ́ sí ìbínú Ọlọ́run tẹ́lẹ̀, ìyẹn lè lo opportunity eléyìí kéèyàn fi rí dáadáa wájú Ọlọ́run, because kéèyàn kírun kó gbààwẹ̀ ó láṣẹ wà lórí ẹ̀ o, àwọn dáadáa kan wà tó jẹ́ tiyín tá ń bọ̀ lórí ẹ̀ tó ẹ́ pọ́kùnrin ò lè bá yín kó bá yín jiyàn lórí ẹ̀, Ọlọ́run ló dì ṣe fún yín, ọ̀nà téèyàn ó sì fi rí àánú Ọlọ́run. À ń sọ̀rọ̀ pé irun rẹ̀ èèyàn gbọ́dọ̀ plan ẹ̀ pé pẹ̀lú ògo Ọlọ́run fún Ramadan tí ń bọ̀ ìní ní ìsìjàmá kankan. Ẹlẹ́ẹ̀kejì ń bẹ̀ ni pé àdìsí Ibn Umar tánàbí sọ pé ẹni tó bá kí rákà mẹ́wàá lójúmọ́ yàtọ̀ sọ́ra yẹn, Ọlọ́run bó gbin igi kan kalẹ̀ fún nínú àlùjánnà pẹ̀lú ògo Ọlọ́run lẹ́yìn ìrun kọ̀ọ̀kan. Ìyẹn ni pé mo mú náfìlà méjì wá, bẹ́ẹ̀ làwọn àfáà ti ṣàlàyé ẹ̀, wọ́n ní méjì ká tó kí ṣubúì, méjì ká tó kí zuri àti tábà kí zuri tàwọn di mẹ́fà, méjì lẹ́yìn magrib, méjì lẹ́yìn ẹ̀ṣà. Tá a bá mú mẹ́wẹ̀ẹ̀wá yẹn wá, ànábì gbogbo ojoojúmọ́ tá a bá ti ń ṣe yẹn, wọ́n máa gbígi kalẹ̀ fún wa nínú àlùjánnà. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa alihi wa sallim. Kí ni wọ́n plan pé ṣé yìí náà ni yìí ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀, ó di méjì. Ẹlẹ́ẹ̀kẹta ó ní pé sọ̀látù tarawih yẹn èmi náà ó gbìyànjú kí n rí pé mo bá wọn kí. Téèyàn bá plan rẹ̀, téèyàn ò bá lè lọ mọ́sálásí kó kí nulẹ̀ rẹ̀, kéèyàn bá lè lọ pàápàá ẹ̀yin obìnrin, Ọlọ́run bò mú un lé fún yín láti sọ pé kẹ́ ẹ lọ mọ́sálásí náà tẹ́lẹ̀, ṣùgbọ́n tẹ́ ẹ bá lọ kò sáà ìdá ń bẹ́ẹ̀. Téèyàn bá jókòó lẹ̀ sínú ilé rẹ̀ kó kí. Àsìkò lockdown látún wá wà yìí, nísìnyí ẹni tí ò lè kírun, ẹlòmíì torí àwọn tí ó pàdé mọ́sálásí sí lọ tẹ́lẹ̀, àwọ̀ bóyá ó kí níṣẹ́ àbò nìkí. Ẹni tó bá fẹ́ benefit lásìkò yìí tó fẹ́ kí Ramadan ṣe òun láǹfààní, ìsìn gangan ni ìbáàdà yẹn wà dùn ṣe. Ṣàgbé bàtà ń jáde dáhùn ríra tẹ́lẹ̀, ẹnìkàlùkọ́ nípa alájà ẹ̀ wá sí tarawih lálẹ́ àná ni, ẹ̀ wá sásámú lánàá ni. Nísìnyí báyìí, there is nobody that's going to ask you. It is you yourself, between you and Allah. You can plan your time within this period and ensure that a night will not pass in the month of Ramadan, bi-idhnillah, except that I observe my own tarawih also. This is linked to salawat. Another thing is the adhkar. I'm still talking about ibadah that you can do in order to amass benefit from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So the ibadah, it entails the main fast itself. It also entails the salawat. I'm not talking about adhkar. Adhkar is the easiest thing that you can do. La ilaha illallah wahdahu la sharika lahu lahul mulku wa lahul hamdu يحيي ويميت وهو على كل شيء قدير سبحان الله وبحمده سبحان الله العظيم سبحان الله عدد خلقه ورضا نفسه وزنة عرشه ومدار كلماته. All these adhkar that Prophet have taught us, this is the period that you have to exemplify and put them into practice. May I say it again? When you do, maybe you will understand and this one will cheer you up to do more. Prophet said, when you do an act in other months, you will have reward of 10, in another one 70, and the biggest reward you have in other months is that you have 700. But when it comes to the month of Ramadan, Allah said, leave that for me, I'm the one that will pay you back. May I say again, when you give somebody 1,000 naira, in other months, Allah may give you equivalent of 10,000 as a payback, equivalent of 70,000 as a payback, equivalent of 700,000 as a payback. But when it comes to Ramadan, leave that for Allah. Allah is the one that will pay you. So when you say one subhanallah in other months, when you say alhamdulillah in other months, it cannot be compared to what you say in the month of Ramadan. When Abu Dharr al-Ghifari reported to us that some people came to the Prophet to report that some people they are very rich. They pray salah, they fast, they give zakah, but we are poor. We do pray, we fast, but we cannot give zakah. And they also do sadaqah. The Prophet said, leave that. Allah has given you to what you can do. What the Prophet recommended was tasbih, tahmid, subhanallah. Do istighfar. This is a month of ransom. This is a month of benefit. Sisters, sisters, more importantly, our mothers in Islam. Wallahi, this period is when you can actually solve all your problems that you have. May I give you this? When you seek Allah's forgiveness, all your problem bi'idhnillah will be solved. And to seek Allah's forgiveness does not entail you sitting down alone. When you're on the move, when you're in the kitchen, you have to say istighfar, and all this will be easy for you. I am talking about what you can do in terms of ibadah that will be beneficial to you. Another one is Ramadan. Is Quran. Recitation of the Quran is one of the best acts of ibadah that you can do. And as ladies, you can also take the advantage of the month of Ramadan. Concrete plan about the recitation of Quran. Scholars, the pious predecessors, Aisha radiallahu anha, it was reported that in every 7 days, she completes the whole Quran. That's Aisha radiallahu anha. And also most of our pious predecessors. We have among them, when the month of Ramadan came, you would have heard that Imam al-Bukhari used to complete a complete Quran in a day, that is 24 hours, half in the day, half in the night. Imam Shafi'i, rahmatullahi alayhi, used to complete the whole Quran 2 times a day, meaning that one day, in the daytime, a complete Quran. In the night time, a complete Quran. And that we have scholars who have done that also. Again, we have heard of other persons that complete the whole Quran in 7 days. Many people that want to complete the whole Quran in 7 days is very easy for you to do. You can just divide it into 7 and plan your time accordingly. But what I used to tell people when we are talking of concrete plan, we do not just want you to wish. Like I used to say to all of my associates that it is one thing to wish. It is another thing to be able to do what you wish. You should know what you can do. My sisters in Islam, if there is one complete Quran that you can read in the whole of in the month of Ramadan with correct understanding and pondering over its meaning, wallahi, your reward will be very big with Allah. Example that scholar used to give is when you read the Quran several times and without understanding it, the reward is like paperweight. And when you read the Quran one time with understanding, the reward is like a textbook size. So when you want to read 1,000 Quran, a textbook of 5,000 pages, and when you read a Quran with just one leaflet, and the leaflet in about 5,000 places cannot be like a textbook because it has a glove. That is why scholars used to say, try and understand. And that one, you can do it after every salah, read 5 verses or 5 pages. If you want to complete the whole Quran, I've been seeing online, you can also check. People have been recommending how to complete a Quran. To read 20 pages a day, you will finish a whole Quran bi-idhnillah in the month of Ramadan. And that's by reading four pages after every salawat. It doesn't get complicated, and by that you'll be able to complete the whole Quran. Ladies, you must find time to do this, because that's the month where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala review al-Quran. Another thing is to listen to lectures. All these are things that you can benefit in. Let me limit that to ibadah, because we are talking of what should be your own way in the month of Ramadan, especially as Muslim lady. The second thing is what it concerns your nature as a lady. In this, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has made this one special for ladies. In the creation of human, Allah made ladies to be different from men, especially in our way and what we do. So in this regard, women must understand their nature. Ẹ dákun ẹ gbọ́ eléyìí, obìnrin lásìkò yìí Ọlọ́run gbé ọlá fún yín ni. Ṣẹ̀rọ̀bìnrin ta ni ó mọ kírun, ṣẹ̀rọ̀bìnrin ta ni kó mọ ṣàdkáàb, ṣẹ̀rọ̀bìnrin ta ni kó mọ gbààwẹ̀ rẹ̀ bọ́lọ́run ṣe ní ọgbà àti gbogbo ń tá a ṣàlàyé yìí. Àǹfààní kan tún wà, ẹ̀yin lẹ̀ dáná, ẹ̀yin lẹ̀ tọ́jú ilé. Ṣé rí gbogbo nǹkan yìí kéèyàn má ju overwhelm ẹ̀ délẹ́bù pé kò wá ní rí àwọn dáadáa ń ṣe. Àsìkò yìí dídáná yẹn wallahi tó bá ṣàníyàn dáadáa yóò sì dàbí pé òun sin lọ́ọ̀ni. Àwọn àfáà máa sọ kíní kan, maybe I say this for the benefit of those that do not understand Yoruba. If you do your usual daily chores, your house chores or daily chores that you do every day, you make your intention to worship Allah in the month of Ramadan, you will be having the same reward as if you are doing it, as if you are worshiping Allah. Because by that virtue, you have made your intention for Allah. Scholars used to say something. They said, عادة اليقظة عبادة وعبادة الغفلة عادة. عادة اليقظة, it is the normal course of a good Muslim, one who is alive in that is up and doing in his responsibility. When he's doing his normal course, Allah will take it written for him as if he's worshiping him. For instance, he's going to make his intention for Allah. You want to relax 2 hours. You said, I want to relax for these 2 hours in order to gain strength so I can worship Allah. And it will be recorded during the period that you are sleeping that by Allah's will, you are worshiping Allah. Because your intention is always associated with worship. Your normal and daily course area in your obìnrin lè jilago méjì òru báyìí nísìn. Ẹ̀yin lè jilago kan. Obìnrin obe Ọlọ́run ba kọ́lọ́run wọn ṣàbá lékún dáadáa yín. Àsìkò yìí àsìkò téèyàn máa ń jowó obìnrin ni. Obìnrin tí ó bá wá ráàánú Ọlọ́run lásìkò yìí, tó Ọlọ́run ní pa àánú àlè sọ pé kò lè rí gbà míì. Torí pé èyí ó kírun, yóò ṣe gbogbo tá a ti sọ nínú àwọn ìbádà yẹn, yóò tún wá jí dìde lágo méjì òru kí àwọn tán gbà àwẹ̀ tán fẹ́ gbàwẹ̀ kan lè bá àráwẹ̀ gbà. I want to say emphatically that you should know that everybody that eats from your food, maybe for sahur and also for iftar, bi-idhnillah, you will be having the reward based on their own action, and that will not reduce theirs. If you prepare food for the whole household and it is from your food that all have eaten, bi-idhnillah, you will be having reward of their fasting, while that will not reduce from their own reward also. Ṣé pé bíi pé bonanza àti pé uncommon opportunity ló jẹ́ fẹ́ yìí. Nínú ilé nísìn ọmọ lè sọ pé màmá mi ẹ dákun ẹ jẹ́ kí mi dáná lọ́la. Ọmọ obìnrin because òun náà ti mọ ládá tó fẹ́ gbà ń bẹ́yìn. Ìyá náà sọ pé ó da ìwọ da lénìí, èmi ó da lọ́la. Ìníkàlùkù ẹ̀ wà mọ́ innahum kanu yusari'una fil khayrati wa yad'unana raghaban wa rahaban wa kanu lana khashi'in. Ẹ wà máa ṣe competition bí dáadáa. Ọmọ náà ó máa kẹ́kọ̀ọ́. Kì í ṣàsìkò oorun. Agbọ́n táwọn obìnrin míì ṣe, wọ́n fi bí pa àwọn ọkọ wọn. Kí la wá ṣe? Táwọn èèyàn ó jí lára wọn gbà á ń gbọ́ tẹ̀ tí mo kàn ń gbọ́ ohun odó nínú ilé yín nígbà. Àyàwó mi ní ń gúnyàn. Ìyàwó mi ní ń gún iyán tí gbogbo ọ̀ fi jẹ́ nígbà. Iyán. Gàrí làwọn mú. mọ kí ló ṣe ya kíní ya kíní bá jí ní ìsín ó tún mọ sọ pé káfí òun lẹ ni àwọn ti gbà fọ́lọ́run tó wáyé pé bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ́kọ tiẹ̀ ti ń ṣe nínú oṣù yìí ẹ kú òfò ọlọ́mọdé aṣòfò pé ká là á mọ́lẹ̀ báwọn ẹni ẹ̀ bá ń sẹ́nu kò yẹn ò ní mọ̀ à ń lose the major things. We are losing things that will take us closer to Allah. So our normal course, we can actually take it. So min طبخ الطعام ومن هذا أيضا ọ̀nà ni pé ká tún gbìyànjú ká náà máa ṣe bí irú sàhóòrù ni ìfitọ́rù ni ká jẹ́ pé ó ń délẹ̀ lásìkò tó yẹ kó délẹ̀ kéèyàn máa wò pé wàhálà yìí pọ̀ ṣe rí tá máa appreciate wa ká dúpẹ́ ibi tí appreciation wa wà gangan lọ́dọ̀ Ọlọ́run bá Allah ni kíní ká fò mí lẹ́mìí nígbà tí mo ń sọ̀rọ̀ ti ìbádà ọ̀rọ̀ sọ́dákọ̀ ó yẹ kí n fi kún dáadáa ẹ̀wọ̀n tánàbí sọ fún àwọn obìnrin jọ́sí nìyẹn ṣe dásìkò ìyàsìkò tí èèyàn máa ń ṣe sọ́dákọ̀ ni ẹ̀yin obìnrin ọkùnrin ọkàn wa ó sì ṣùgbọ́n kàn yín jù wá lọ náà àwa lè ní sọ́dákọ̀ ṣe ń bò mí ẹ̀yin ẹ gbìyànjú ẹ rí pé ń fún yàn ló ń jẹ ẹ rí pé ń náwó tẹ́yìn ọ̀bá wa náwó máa ṣàwọn àkàrù tá a sọ ṣùgbọ́n àsìkò sọ́dákọ̀ náà ni ó rí pé nínú gúrúùpù yìí kọ́lọ́mọṣàbà san gbogbo yín lẹ́san agbó gbogbo àwọn ìgbìyànjú tẹ̀ ń ṣe bí Ọlọ́run kó gbà á lẹ́sìn fún yín èyí wàá múra sí nínú Ramadan ẹlẹ́ẹ̀kẹta nínú àwọn preparation fún Ramadan tá a lè ṣe ṣàgbọ́n tá à ń sọ yìí ni pé kéèyàn plan pé òun ó ṣe ní àti ìbẹ̀rẹ̀ another plan is to start doing those things that you want to do in Ramadan. Scholars used to say the month of Rajab is the month of planting. The month of Sha'ban is the month of waiting. While the month of Ramadan is the month of harvesting. We say, what is the meaning of this? Scholars say, no. When you want to do harvest in the month of Ramadan, you have to start to cultivate the land and planting in the month of Rajab. And most of us would have missed the month of Rajab. That's why I used to tell my associate that even though we said fasting excessively is not encouraged in the month of Rajab, that doesn't mean you should not fast, because you need to prepare yourself towards fasting in the month of Ramadan. What you want to do in Ramadan, you have to try to practice it. You have to make it your way in the month of Sha'ban. So waiting it means that you become mastery of it. If you want to be waking up for 2-3 hours in the month of Ramadan, you have to start to wake up for 1.5 to 2 hours in the month of Sha'ban. That is why we often see and record that at the beginning of every Ramadan, you see people, they are enthusiastic in the front row in every act of ibadah. But when it's come to the second half, the second to third, how to say, maybe 11, even from the 6th, you see people running away. Now everybody will be searching for Laylatul Qadr, looking for shortcuts. This one is not. Every minute and seconds in the month of Ramadan are very, very vital. All these are preparation towards Ramadan. And the third one is that part of the preparation you have to do in preparing or in procession of Ramadan is you have to change your manners. You have to change your attitudes. You have to change your ways. Things Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala prohibit, you have to run away from it. And this one entails one, talking about things you don't have knowledge about. You see, this is where most ladies used to get it wrong. May Allah save us from this. And namima, backbiting, al-buhtan, slandering. When you see some ladies gather together, I'm talking to you, mothers, sisters in Islam, gather together, laughing, try to ask them. You will see it is the discussion about one of their friends. And usually, some people will compound their problem. When you say, why are you saying this? Is it, I can say it even in his presence or in our presence. Irú ẹni yẹn ó ti tọ́ sí wailul, because àwọn tó lọ́wọ́ pé wailul likulli humazatin lumaza. Ègbé kó máa jẹ́ tàwọn kan tí wọ́n bú ni lẹ́yìn ẹni tó wá láwọn ó tún bú wọn tún wá bú lójú rẹ̀ náà. Why would you be attracting causes to yourself? And that is why the Prophet said, many people will prepare for will fast in the month of Ramadan, but they will not get any reward from their fast, illa al-ju' wal 'atash, except that they have went on hunger strike, and also they refused to drink. That is the only reward. No benefit other than this, because it starts to talk about things Allah prohibits. We have to change our manners. Another way to change our manners is not to be involved in frivolities. Usually, I see people are glued more, and this is very painful. It's painful that people are glued more to the social media, especially in this period of lockdown. We have to be careful about this. When you want to read the Quran, I tell my people, and I'm telling you sincerely from my heart, if you want to read the Quran in the month of Ramadan, don't read it from your phone. I know a mother among you people here, may Allah keep her firm. And this, I have to say, it is encouraging. The mother, when you call her immediately after every salat, when you are within the time normally, the lines will not go. And one day I was just astonished that why is it that at every salah your lines will not. He said that is the only period I used to read the Quran and also ponder over it. When you want to read the Quran, may Allah reward her abundantly, turn off your phone. Truly, people are glued to socialities. When you do this, it will take off. In fact, you want to check the meaning of some words. Finish reading the Quran, not the place. Then you can check the meaning. For you, that you have to use your phone. Many people will go to social media, want to check one information. It's another information you check. Please avoid as much as you can all these social interactions in this, especially now that we're at home. You have a way, more time to yourself to worship Allah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala assist us. You don't have way, kó lọ rojọ́ èèyàn tó tún wá ń lo 1 hour lórí fóònù tó fi ń rojọ́ ẹlòmíì tó fi ń ba tiẹ̀ jẹ́. Even though this hadith is not authentic, scholars used to sometimes use it. That some people were talking, backbiting somebody, and the Prophet ﷺ brought out a bowl and asked both of them to vomit. And they started to vomit blood and meat. This hadith is not authentic. But he said, if you are backbiting another person, it's like you are eating his flesh after his death. Can we do that for our brothers? If we cannot do that, why don't you save yourself of this problem? And much more now that we are going into the month of Ramadan, I'll be fasting. All these are important things. Exemplary Muslim ladies will have to use this time to attain the mercy of Allah, not the wrath from Allah. Ẹ má gbàgbé bí mo ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ o, mo sọ pé ẹni tó bá tún ṣiṣẹ́ èṣù lásìkò yìí, ọ̀lẹ níbi ìmánì ni, is the weakest of the weak, just because it is the weakest of all the shaitan that will be let loose in this period. So if the wicked shaitan is still disturbing you, I wonder if you will be able to benefit from the benefits, sumptuous benefit of Ramadan after the month of Ramadan. Our sisters and mothers in Islam, one of those things that make us distinct also are things that are specifically prohibited for us in the month of Ramadan. As ladies, we know that when we are in our period, we cannot fast. So nobody will ask. But things that surround it is when you are pure. This is the question you may want to ask. When you are pure before some minutes before dawn, let's say at this time around 5:10 or 5:15 or 5:20, and the dawn is around 5:25, 5:27. Such a fellow, fasting is compulsory on you. But when you are pure from your monthly cycle by 5:30, 5:35, some scholars said, Al-aslu baqa'ul layl. Wa kullu ma qaraba shay'in yulhaqu bi. You may start fasting also because it's still closer to the time. But when it is around 6 o'clock, 5:50, at this period that we are now, you may not be able to fast for that day. But you must not eat. That is the interesting thing. You must not eat that day. These are things that is particular with ladies, and we have to know. And again, if you are pure, if you are okay, you are all right. That was in the flow, but the flow now coming by you are fasting for the whole day. But by 6:30, subhanallah, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala perfect our way. By 6:35, and in fact by 6:40, before Maghrib, just some few minutes before Maghrib, then the flow start to come. Regrettably, but I have to say that day fast is vitiated, and then you have to pay back that day because it's not part of the day of your fasting. This one I've just said concerns both the monthly flow and also the flow during and after childbirth. Another ruling that concerns ladies are for those that are breastfeeding or the pregnant women. Al-hamil wal-murdi'. Al-hamil wal-murdi'. Al-hamil are those that are pregnant. Wal-murdi' are those that are breastfeeding. For you, there are special ruling Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has also given you. He said, وَعَلَى الَّذِينَ يُطِيقُونَهُ فِدْيَةٌ طَعَامُ مِسْكِينٍ. For those that it's add on, that cannot fast. In one part of the Quran, Allah said, فَعِدَّةٌ مِنْ أَيَّامٍ أُخَرَ. Pay back on other day. Even though Allah didn't mention your form, your kind specifically, the position of scholars, though with various way of answering the question, the position of scholars is that the hamil, the pregnant, and also the one who breastfeed, who found it difficult to fast, maybe she was afraid on her own soul, or she is conscious about what the child or the pregnancy, the janine, the fetus will benefit on after she starts to feed on, she go on fasting. If she is concerned about that, then she may not fast. But the question is, what will she do? If she didn't fast, what will she thereafter do? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, ما جعل الله عليكم الدين في الدين من حرج. Allah has not placed on us burden in this religion. There is way out. Scholars differ on what to do. And this is in accordance with different ways of the person who is concerned. For some scholars, most of the scholars of the religion, especially Imam Malik, Imam Shafi'i, Imam Abu Hanifa, all of them are of the view that if she is afraid about she's concerned about her fetus or concerned about her child, what she's going to breastfeed him or her, then she has to pay back and feed. She has to pay back and feed. But if she's concerned about her own health, she has to pay back alone. This one is not authentic because we have had the scholars like this companion like Ibn Abbas and also Ibn Umar, who are of the view on different occasions, not together, they are of the view that no, al-hamil, the one who is pregnant, if she is concerned about herself or she is concerned about her fetus, she has the right not to fast. But what will she do? She can choose either of two. One, she can pay back another day, or she has to feed for every day she needs. I say it again. If she is concerned about herself or her fetus, she has to pay back, or she feeds for every day a fasting soul. Some scholars used to say, is it a fasting soul that Allah mentioned or a mu'min? So preferably it is good to go for somebody who fasts because you have double reward. However, the most important thing is to feed a Muslim, not to feed a fasting soul. However, if you do for a fasting, you will have the reward of paying kafara, fidya, and you also have the reward of feeding somebody who fasts. You can see that's why scholars used to recommend a fasting soul. And indeed, in that period, all Muslims will be fasting. So what is regarded is that you feed a Muslim. And then again, another question that surrounds that is, would you have to pay if you want to go for feeding? Would you have to pay everything at a time? Would you have to pay for the whole month at a time, or you pay for every day you miss? Sisters in Islam and mothers in Islam, you can only pay for the one that you have witnessed. Because Allah has not made the fasting of the second day compulsory on you until you witness it. And by this extension, scholars used to say that you cannot have the intention for the whole month. You must always have intention for every day, because every day has its own fast, has its own rules. If you are not alive tomorrow and you have promised Allah that you want to fast for the whole month, then it becomes a burden on you. Who is going to pay it? That is why it is tajdidun niyya fi kulli layl or fi kulli layla. You have to make intention of fasting for every night. And that one, what suffices is that you just eat. Immediately you eat, your intention is that I'm eating so that I can fast. No, you don't need to say now why two, now why all this one is out of it. Eating is enough as intention. That's the position of Ibn Taymiyyah and most of our scholars. Sisters in Islam, all these are specificity as it concerns Muslim ladies in the month of Ramadan. Another one that concerns us is what can vitiate our fasting. What can vitiate our fasting are just as enumerated that we know: to eat deliberately, to drink deliberately, to have intercourse, and this one concerns you. Scholar used to ask, is it in the power of a lady to resist her husband in the day of Ramadan if her husband said, no, I want to have this by force? Scholars say this is one of the ways she can say no, because this is dictate of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But if he eventually overpowered her, then in this regard, there will not be sin on her on anything that ever happened. And in fact, if the husband has to pay back has to expiate by freeing a slave or paying back paying back 60 consecutive fasting, then the woman will be exempted. All these are things that are special for us or specific to us in the month of Ramadan as ladies who is seeking the face of Allah. I pray Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make this special month a source of attaining Allah's mercy, on the day of resurrection. Like I did say from the beginning of the talk, or it has been said that if you have any lecture, if you have any question, we can bring it forth, and inshallah, things that pertains or is specific with ladies, who inshallah be able to talk about them, and we pray Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make our daughters, mothers, our sister, our wife benefit from the sumptuous benefit and mercy that is so loaded in this month of Ramadan. Please pray salat, fast correctly, avoid talking too much, avoid excessive talk that can lead to backbiting, avoid doing things Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala prohibit, do adkar, fast, cook for your family, and make your intention for Allah so that you can have, and make your plans concrete, have a listed thing, and what you can do, prioritize, so that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will make it easy for us to be among those that will benefit from the several benefits of Ramadan. أقول ما سمعتم وأستغفر الله لي ولكم ولسائر المسلمين إنه ولي ذلك والقادر عليه. I have seen a question here. Okay, you talk first.
May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward our ustad abundantly. May He subhanahu wa ta'ala put this as part of Mizan Hasanat, and each and every one of us who have listened and watched our ustad, may He make what He discussed with us beneficial for us both in this life and the hereafter. Inshallah, we'll open the floor for questions. We are now in the time for question, that everybody who has one question or the other relating to what was discussed with us, or any other things that we feel we need more explanation on it in our deen. So we are free to ask. So our stars is very much available now to answer our question. So a question has been sent here, and the question reads, what about...
How can we... Okay, please, go ahead.
Okay, assalamu alaikum. How can we, that our husband is not around, be rewarded for the part?
For that part too. That is cooking, right? Yes, the one thing you can, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is so merciful. If you cook to feed yourself and feed your children, you will also be having the reward. The Prophet said, even from the bolus you drop in the mouth of your wife, if your husband also, if the wife also drop in the mouth of the husband, or you drop in the mouth of anyone, who is halal for you indeed, you'll be having bi'idnillah, you'll be having reward. And again, another way you can benefit is to cook for those that are fasting. Make sadaqah, bi'idnillah, you will have the reward. So with Allah, because Allah is full of praise and can reward anyone who does good. Bi'idnillah. Now, I think there are questions on, I have seen 2 questions here. Please expatiate on Nawafil after each Salah. I've seen several hadiths saying 12 and you said 10. Barakallah fiqh. This hadith is reported by Bukhari and Muslim. If you check Bukhari and Muslim, it is 10. But there are other ones that say 12. So the basis is when we are making comparison, we give preference to what Bukhari says and Muslim over others. But there are other scholars that said, okay, we can make combination of the 2 and then you can say 12. So the hadith is reported by Ibn Umar and can find in Bukhari and Muslim. The question here says, can you see the questions with you? You can come over here. I paid fidya upfront for the whole month of last year's Ramadan at the beginning of the month, but now that Ustaz has said we are to feed every day, what is my stand on last year's fast? Am I to repay by fasting? No. This one is very good. I had said what is compulsory on you. But another explanation to that is, if I pay fidya for the whole month upfront, they will be taking one day. You understand? You'll be paying for every day. And then the day, for instance, if they take for 5 days, the 25 days, if you are not alive, will be for sadaqah. But if you are alive to the end of the month, the money you have paid is okay. I only say what is compulsory on you is that day. But other day is still hanging as sadaqah until it is compulsory on you. So you cannot have intention to pay for what is not compulsory on you yet. What is compulsory is the month of Ramadan. Into otigba, where I'm saying you buy dani. Into otigba, tolo oti jidijọ kejì, kò lè jẹ́ dandan lé wa lórí. Èyí tó jẹ́ dandan lé wa lórí òun ni ìjọ yẹn gangan tá a jí láyé bá. Ṣùgbọ́n we can actually give it upfront. Why they will be taking it for every day. For instance, some people used to pay 500 naira per day, and then you use it to buy, to give somebody that, okay, feed 6 people, feed these people with this money. By Allah's will, you will have your reward and there is no problem.
Another question says, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. If my menstrual period comes out a minute to iftar or at iftar, what happens?
A minute to iftar cannot be ascertained. What the person say, a minute to iftar, is it a minute to sunset or a minute to iftar? Because when you do a minute to iftar, it means that the sun is set and they have not made adhan. Iftar is breaking of fast. The Prophet said, "Ida aqbala al-laylu min huna faqad aftara as-sa'im." The meaning of that is, when the night shows from here, it points at the direction of where the sun used to rise. The Prophet points at the direction of where the sun used to rise. Meaning that when we do not see sun from here again and the light shows, and the night falls from this direction, it means that you have broken your fast, even if you have not taken anything. So what is important is that the sun sets. If the sun sets and you are very sure that before anything happens, the sun is set, bi-iznillah, there is no problem. But if you are not sure that the sun is set, but if you are closer to believe that the sun is set, there is no problem again. I mean, you are between that, then there is no problem. However, what is more apparent is that the sun is not set. You have to pay back that day, and sincerely Allah will reward you for your igbiyanju. And the question again, there is a part there that I think I have not answered. He said a minute, but he now said or at iftar. At iftar is the sun. I want to say Ramadan is complete. Sorry, the fasting is complete, so there is no problem. Inshallah. Now,
Now, he said, Assalamu alaikum. How can we make up for aged parents who cannot fast? Aged parents who cannot fast.
how can we
make up for their Ramadan?
Allah said in Surah Al-Baqarah, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم وعلى الذين يطيقونه فدية طعام مسكين. For those who are who are not having the ability to fast, they should do fidya. So fidya, before Ibn Abbas said, before when Allah reviewed the verse, it encompasses everybody. Everybody. That I cannot fast today. But later, Allah now remove everybody and leave the aged, I mean the old people. So making up for them means to pay fidya for them for every day they didn't fast in the month of Ramadan. So you feed for every day and Allah will reward you abundantly. Now,
he said, what is the question?
And there is one here. So,
okay. Could you please expatiate on not eating? Sorry. Okay. Can a woman pray Tarawih alone and get the same reward as prayer Jama'ah?
Yes, yes. This one is the basis of Tarawih is individual at home. That is where the Prophet ﷺ started. But even though he started in congregation, the Prophet resorted to praying it individually, and he had the until Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala took his soul, and then he died, and sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and Umar reinstituted praying it in congregation. So in this regard, a woman can pray it alone. In fact, praying it alone, you will have time to pray at your own pace, and then you'll be able to do it the way Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, so on. So there is no problem, inshallah. You have the same reward. This one is different. In fact, when it comes to praying compulsory salah, praying alone for ladies, encouraged, and that is what is good. But if you pray in Jama'ah, also is encouraged. However, when we are not talking of the one that is supererogatory from onset, so you can pray. Let me take some of these questions here.
Why is it difficult for Muslims in Nigeria to start Ramadan at the same time? It is disturbing annual occurrence. Suggesting last solution from Professor Adarameja.
All those one, it is not. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guide us and unite us in this regard. It is not a scholar that can change that, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala can unite our mind. What we can only do is to advise. Why is this so difficult? It is because the Prophet has said that people will come with different inclinations, different whims and caprices. Some people want people to follow them. They want to be referred to every time. They want to be the only scholar known. And then I want to keep my own Jama'ah too. When we have a leader in Nigeria, the Prophet said, fasting is the day that people fast. And to break is when the people break. In fact, there is one servant of Ibn Abbas, they call him Qurayb. Ibn Abbas sent him to Damascus on an errand. But when he returned, he met that Ibn Abbas has not commenced fast the day they commenced theirs in Damascus, and Ibn Abbas was in Mecca. Then he has to ask him, because the basis they know is that when a ruler said, yeah, we are starting fasting tomorrow, then we all have to abide. Then when he came home, he met that the Abbas didn't start the same day. So he asked him, why didn't you start? The day we started, he said, we didn't know and we didn't see any moon, Because of that, we have to wait until we see it by ourselves. Scholar said, what Ibn Abbas was saying is because Mecca is very far from Syria, which was the headquarters of the Muslim, then where Muawiyah was. But when we are in the same locality, you can see the way he challenged him. He challenged that, why didn't you start? Because the basis is that you must obey the ruler. So in this regard, another reason is some people believe in calendar. I have calculated the whole year. and then it has to be this is the day we have to pray. All these are misdoings on the part of some so-called scholars. But we know that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala he can unite our soul and can unite our way so that Muslims will come together. Now I think there is work towards making all of us unite together. Maybe last year, more importantly, and the year before the last, most Muslims in Nigeria, we started virtually at the same time. So maybe when this concerted effort continues, bi'idhnillah, we'll be able to have a united front about it. But please, we must not be concerned about the day they start in Saudi. We must not be concerned about the day they started in Malaysia. This one, we are not under the same ruler. And then Allah has destined that some people will be in the daytime, while some people will be in the night. Some people will see it, some people rain will prevent them from seeing it. Until we see it, that is when we will be able to fast. Please let me quickly read some of the one with me here. Please expatiate on the wafil. I've done that. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullah. If my menstrual period come, okay, okay, please, next one.
Could you please expatiate on not eating when periods arise? Some of us has to,
on not what?
When periods arise. Some of us has to take painkiller and iron supplements, etc. during the time.
Could you please expatiate on not eating when period arrive? Okay, I said the person, when the period arrives, I didn't say the person should not fast. What I say is this. If the period arrives at the morning session, for instance, maybe around 6, you cannot fast again that day. Then there is nothing. You just continue, take anything you're going to take. You are off fasting. You are off or also salat. You understand? But I say that if somebody is fasting and then before sunset, the period arrives, so the person cannot do any other thing. You have to break the fast and then continue to eat. If I said it other way other than this I said now, please disregard the previous one, because immediately you started your period, you are not fasting anymore. Your fast, if you fast, Allah will not accept it. I had only said that you can use tablet to prevent the arrival of period so that you can complete your fast. As some scholars will have it, and only on condition that you're sure that using the tablet would not be harmful on your health. That's what I know I've said. But if I've said that you cannot take anything after your period arrive, that would have been a wrong one from me, and that reward you abundantly. Now,
what is the amount allocated as fidya for this year Ramadan?
No. This one cannot be fixed. It is what you can. Also to ahlikum. When Allah says you have to feed people, it is the one average amount that you feed your household. For instance, in your house, if you have to eat, or average person in your house at a seat, how much will he eat? That is what Allah said in the Quran. It is not the 500, 300 as some people used to say, but usually between 300-500, people should be able to take that. So 500. But I am not saying that with emphasis. I'm saying from your own household, because you are actually lifting burden out or away from your household. So in this regard, you can look inward what to feed on. If it is 100 naira that you feed on, okay. But usually it is beyond. May Allah give us understanding. Now,
for an adult child to intentionally break a fast, does it fall under kafara? If yes, can the parents do the fidya on her behalf?
Anybody that intentionally break her fast, a matured lady, there is no kafara for that. Anybody, no punishment, no breaking of fast attracts a kafara of 60 except intercourse. There is no other one. So the only, you would have read in Fiqh Malikiya that they say when you intentionally eat, you have to pay 60. This one is not correct. But we know that the person is breaking the rule of Allah. And I say it again, so you, kò sí ìjọ náà lé ayé tẹ́nìyẹn lè san àwẹ̀ pa tó lè gbà tó lè ṣe déédéé ìjọ tó mí sí. The implication of this is there is no other day in life that he or she can pay back that will equate the day he meets with Allah. So we have to know that this is a big thing in the religion of Allah, and we must not allow that to happen. If the person is sick, okay. If the person is having problem, there is no problem because that one is already exempted by Allah. But somebody just to say no, please let's teach and train our children. Then someone say, can a parent pay on her behalf? No, you cannot do that. Even if your husband commit anything, husband has to pay back. If you do your kafara until the person dies, that is when you can pay back anything that is how to say that somebody is owing. If the person dies, because in the time of the Prophet, there was a lady, according to Ibn Abbas and also Aisha and another report, that somebody came to the Prophet and said, her mother dies, and then on her as on fasting. Can I pay a fast? The fasting in this regard is not the fasting of the month of Ramadan, according to explanation by scholars. It is the fasting of kafara. In another place, it's siyamu nadhr, that she promised that she will do these days if Allah do that for her. And unfortunately, she couldn't pay it until her death. That kind of fasting, kafara or nadhr, you can pay back. But when it comes to fasting of Ramadan, فَعِدَّةٌ مِنْ أَيَّامٍ أُخَرَ, to pay back on another day when you are out there and the other day didn't come. So what will you do? So you cannot pay back. But that person has to pay the single day she missed. So please tell her to be wary and be careful. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala keep us firm on the practice of the deen. Now,
yes, besides the idea of menses stopping 5:30 or 6:30 is convincing.
Is it confusing or convincing? Because I see the person saying, I knew. Meaning that if he stopped by 5:30, okay, I said if you stop around 5:30, the menses stop around 5:30, the person has to fast. Because at this time that we are, this is the time for Fajr. The scholar said if you meet your wife or you meet your husband and both of you have not taken bath, you understand? You have not taken bath and the Fajr setting, but you have indeed stood up from one another, separated, you can fast for that day. The only thing you have to do is to go and take your bath at the normal time. Your fasting is not vitiated. So the same thing is applicable. If the menses stop, okay, by 5:20, 5:10, 5:30, which is closer to the time of Fajr this time, then the person will not have to, will have to fast. Will have to fast. But when it is after setting in of Fajr, this is where I think the person didn't get last time. If the Fajr now setting, maybe around 6 o'clock, around 5:40, then the menses stop at that time. Tí menses bá stop láago mẹ́fà nígbà tí ilẹ̀ ti mọ́, ẹni yẹn ọ̀la ẹjọ́ kò sì gbọ́dọ̀ jẹun. Ibi ni mo rò pé ẹni yẹn ò gbọ́lẹ̀kẹ́. This lady does not have fast for that day because ó ṣe menses wọnú ọjọ́ gangan ni Fajr ti kọjá. Ṣùgbọ́n kò ní jẹun. Ó dà gẹ́gẹ́ bí ẹni tó gbọ́gbọ́n róṣù láago 2 ọ̀sán àbágo 8 àárọ̀. Irú ẹni ẹ ò ní jẹun mọ́ o níjọ́un kò sì tún ní láwẹ̀ ẹjọ́ yóò sàwẹ̀ padà ní tó ti yé bá ní ìsìn. Eléyìí ṣe déédéé ẹni tí ó gbàwẹ̀ kò láníyàn àwẹ̀ wá gbọ́gbọ́n róṣù ọjọ́ kejì ní aago 8 ẹgbẹ́ mi sì tí jẹun pẹ̀lú mọ́ báwẹ̀ mi lọ ọ̀ tí jẹun ṣùgbọ́n ó dà níyàn àwẹ̀ látàlẹ́ àná. Ògbélé tí mo sọ yìí ó yẹ kó ti yé wa kọ́lọ́mbà àṣà ilẹ̀sìn.
Assalamu alaikum. Does fidya alone suffice for the need fast?
For pregnant woman.
For pregnant woman, I mean, if she is required to fast back, is she required to fast back on a later date after the fidya?
Kọ́lọ́mbà àṣà ilẹ̀sìn a gbọ́ páwọn àfáà kan ní yóò tún sáwẹ̀ padà ṣùgbọ́n rárá. Àfáà Ibn Abbas àtàfáà Ibn Umar àwọn dábàá bí lògbànú wọn ní kó kàn ṣe fídíà ó sì ti tán kò ní san padà. Ṣùgbọ́n tó ẹgbẹ́ àníyàn tó ní tẹ́lẹ̀ ní pé mo fẹ́ san padà láláì san fídíà tó bá ti di gbáwẹ̀ tán àwẹ̀ ní ọ̀sán o kò wá ní change ẹ̀ padà bó ń fẹ́ ṣe kí ni o òun fẹ́ ṣe fídíà mọ́ tí ó bá wọn.
More explanation on our status when our period stop. We will not fast and we will not eat.
Ó dàbí mo ti ṣàlàyé okay ẹni yẹn join ẹ̀ papọ̀ I need more explanation maybe I need more explanation so we not fast and we not eat. Ìtumọ̀ ẹ̀ ni pé if the menses stop at a time when the dawn are setting tí alfajari bá ti yọ menses wá ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ wá dúró nígbà yẹn èèyàn ò ní jẹun níjọun kò sí láwẹ̀ because you are pure ó ti yé bá ní ìsìn you are pure but you didn't fast from where you should start so as a result you have to pay back that day meanwhile you will not eat. That is what the prophet told people when they heard about the sighting of the moon of Muharram earlier than their own calculation. They told the prophet at about moon you tell people to go tell people to fast. That people who haven't fast should continue and people who haven't eaten should not eat and people who have eaten before should stop eating. ṣùgbọ́n àwọn ènìyàn wàzí ìdàfíì ànàwó yẹtùdúnàhù wípé ó padà wá sanjọ́ ẹ̀ padà sí ní jẹun ẹgbẹ́ nǹkan ńlá bàbá rò bàbá bọ̀ ibà ẹni tó bá ti rí mẹ́ńsìsì rẹ̀ tí mẹ́ńsìsì ẹ̀ bá stop ní ẹ̀yìn tí wọ́n ti rí àlùfájàrí ibẹ̀ ni ẹ kò láwọ̀ ẹ̀jọ̀ kò sì ní jẹun ọlọ́run sọ àyàfi tí ọba kó wàhálà mi ìbá nígbà yẹn kì í ṣe pé nítorí pé kò gba inú fífẹ́ tó jẹun ṣùgbọ́n torí pé wàhálà mi lè dé tí ọba jẹun yóò jẹun gbà ní.
What is the ruling on holding the Quran during Tarawih or Tahajjud?
Kéèyàn má gbé Quran dání ló dáa jù ṣùgbọ́n téèyàn bá di pé kò mọ̀ dáadáa àbí ó ń wò pé òun mistake wọn pọ̀ yóò sì mọ discourage òun kò sáré ìdáwọ́ lè gbé dání. Ní ayé ìyálà Aisha wọ́n ní ẹrú kan tí wọ́n lead wọn nínú ẹni ọ̀há Quran dáadáa ọkùnrin yìí ni ó lead wọn ṣé bá ní ìsìn ló máa ń gbé Quran dání kò sí ẹni tó takò nínú àwọn sàhábà sọ alẹ́ gbé inshallah. Ṣùgbọ́n àwọn tán wà lẹ́yìn in tó pè fáwọn jù ní pé káwọn mọ́ gbé kí ló fà á torí pé àgbọ̀rí páwọn èèyàn gbé yálà Aisha ò gbé so àyàfẹ́ni tí ọba máa correct imam ní àǹfààní kí correct rẹ̀ sórí Kùránì ká máa há sórí ló fi dáa jù ṣùgbọ́n tó wà lẹ́yìn imam ẹyọ kan ó lè gbé láti máa ẹnìkan ní wọ́n fi I use it to concentrate I want to have concentration follow what is being read to you to have concentration ló fẹ́ ní tòótọ́ ni it is the meaning that you follow it isn't what they are reading. So meanwhile, it is not an act of kufru. However, your question is it good or not? So I will say it is only for the person who is not perfect that will be able to hold it. I see in another place they will not hold it. And this one really make me laugh, especially in Malaysia. The imam that will lead who is not perfect in memorization of Quran has Quran written. They have a very big Quran on the wall. So any salat you will have it, then after every rakah somebody will come and turn it to the next page you will read. Very big Quran writing. I used to laugh. That one is not also encouraged because you are meant to be looking down, to be looking at the point of prostration, not up. And this person cannot read except be looking up. So, but if you are praying alone, of course, and you are not perfect, you can hold it within. Now.
Okay. The next question is what's the ruling of holding Quran during menses?
The evening lie is permissible. I wouldn't want to expatiate more. It is permissible, but you have to be careful. Only holding one you want to read, only holding when you need to hold, not to hold and just be packing it as part of your luggage, as your handbag. But when you need, you want to read the Quran and the evening light to be permissible. That is the most authentic view of among the several opinions of scholars. Now,
Money owner. The fidya you pay for each two people. So will it be as food or will it be as money to a poor? The fidya you paid for
Each people, yeah.
for each people. Will it be as food or money to a poor?
Feeding is the best. Feeding is the best. You cook the food normal that you are going to give, and the person will appreciate the delicacy in your house. Because it's all on Sunny, average of your own household. Some also that person hold it that way, the person may not like the kind of food you cook in your house, so you can give money instead. But before money, mean awsati ma tut'imuna ahlikum. That's what Allah said. But now you can also use money. So everybody needs. So however, the food first before money, inshallah.
Now, does it mean that a woman who is not fasting cannot eat openly, or that she cannot eat at all?
Allah didn't make things that is not hard compulsory on us. There are things that is hard. She can eat, and she can eat. The only thing is she should be shy of Allah. That you not take food to the very glance of people that look at me, èmi ọgbà well, ẹni tí ò lójú tì ní wọ́n ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀. In fact, ẹgbẹ́ àsìkò tá a máa ń gbà díìsì àdígbà díìsì rẹ̀ ní bẹ́ẹ̀ pé eléyìí ó ń fi ọ̀rọ̀ Ọlọ́run ó fi ń ṣe ẹ̀yẹ ni. Well, you can eat. Why can't you eat? You can eat. Tí ọba gbàwẹ̀ ọjọ́ náà ni Ọlọ́run ṣe rọrùn. Torí dábì mọ̀ pé yóò gbàwẹ̀ òun náà ni pé kí ni ó ń jẹun. Barakallahu fikum. Now,
Assalamu alaikum. Please expatiate on pregnant and breastfeeding mother regarding fidya. Some scholars said you should do fidya and fast when convenient.
Yeah, you don't need to quote scholar for me. May Allah bless you. I have said, some scholars said that, even that, but I have said again that the most correct opinion, and you are entitled to the scholar's opinion, and the scholar is also entitled to his opinion. I don't have an opinion as a young scholar. I'm reading from the opinion of Grace Shakes, and I've told you that no scholar is up to Ibn Umar and no scholar is up to Ibn Abbas. Ibn Umar and Ibn Abbas held that if you choose to do fidya, you do fidya and there is nothing. What is the sin that lady committed that you now have to do fidya and also pay back two things for only one mistake or for only one offense, if there is offense even. You understand? Or san gbèsè, or to ṣe fidya lórí pé o gbààwẹ̀ ọjọ́ kan Ọlọ́run ò gbé wa lórí. Ká má jẹ́ káwọn obìnrin kẹ́yìn obìnrin náà máa wò pé àbọ́lọ̀ fẹ́ bí àjẹyìn ní rárá. Wọ́n ní ẹ̀ máa wò pé wọ́n fẹ́ san padà tó wọ́n fìdí tí ń ṣe òní jẹ́ fídí àmọ́ ṣé bá ní ìsìn yóò jẹ́ kó ń ṣe sọ́dá pọ̀ ní ṣé bá ní ìsìn. Now,
can a person in an impure state due to sexual impurity who woke late for sahur and has the intention of bathing after sahur period, after sahur period has passed, still fast for that day?
I think I have said that you can fast, just take your bath. Now,
yes, assalamu alaikum. Please, I have a health issue of reflux, esophagitis, and esophagitis, and I've been advised not to fast at all. Please advise if the fidya can be paid at once.
If it is a disease that you expect that it's going to you are going to be free of it before next Ramadan, what is expected is you delay it. That's what Allah says for us. You delay to the time you'll be able to pay. But if you cannot do that, and they say this one, you continue with it like that in your life, that is when you are going for fidya. Not that we just quickly rush to fidya. Then if it is established, I've said it, you can pay at once. It is not payment force. Please listen. That is why you will now understand what I've been saying. It is feeding first. And I said, feed them from what you feed your own household. Will you now pack the feed that you cook for 30 days? And I say, oh, yeah, go and store it in the fridge and be taking one every day. The person will collect it and finish it in one day. You feed the person for every day. But if it is money, you can give and let the person know that it is for every day based on what I've heard from scholars that you can do fidya for every day. Now, Allah keep us firm. Now,
yes, what's the ruling of holding the Quran?
Okay.
for Tarawih or Tahajjud, and how is it different from the obligatory prayer?
Yes, it is different because it has not been done in the time of the Prophet. And then obligatory prayer is you are going to be a ma'mum, you are going to be behind the imam. But when you are doing your supererogatory Tarawih, you will be the one leading yourself. That is where you can hold the Quran. I think you understand. I didn't say people behind the imam can hold the Quran, except the person that is being designated to correct the imam or the imam himself. So you understand. Now,
How best can the Quran be meditated on? Is it by just reading the meaning in English language or with the tafsir?
Barakallahu fikum. Now, the tafsir is enough. Actually, not understanding the Quran is one, not understanding Arabiya is one problem that ravaged most of our country, except that even the Arabs. I remember my experience with some people, they said, when I speak Arabic, they said they don't understand because my Arabic is Quran. I said, why? Because they too don't understand the pure Arabic again. They just speak anyhow. That's what we call Amiya. May Allah save us. So you read the Quran. Quran is so explicit, beautifully constructed that when you read, you understand. So, but if you cannot, then the next is tafsir. Then the English translation is not translation of the Quran. It is translation of the meaning of the Quran. Meaning that the actual meaning is being rendered, not its direct. They didn't get it. So they have tried to make you understand. So you need Arabiya, and that's why all of us have to learn. That's why we have different versions. Jazakallah khair. Of what? Of translations. Jazakallah khair. Now,
may Allah reward you. Please, my daughter is 11 years and she has the capacity to fast. Is she old enough to fast? Will she get reward for fasting?
She will get reward if she is matured and have been taught reliably. And even we know from Sirah that ladies menstruate at 9, as it happened to Aisha radiallahu anha. So, and I've also been told reliably that we have had ladies who menstruate at 10 now. So if she is in that category, okay. But if she isn't in that category, she should fast if she can to train her, but you will have the reward. I do it in my house to Jazakillah khair.
Last question. Can I read Quran from my phone during Ramadan if I'm on my period?
I have said this, yes. There are other questions here. Abdurrahim Zainab. So he said, as a man, is it compulsory to give my wife extra money to stock food item at home during the Ramadan apart from her normal monthly allowance? If I have. It's not compulsory, but it's very good to make them feel we are in Ramadan. How best can the Quran be mediated? Okay, this one has been posted to the question. Alhamdulillah Alameen for your efforts. Please, what do you advise we do if we people observing Tarawih in Jama around our locality? I said this, some are using their homes for daily salah and where they will intensify the effort in Ramadan. I didn't understand that. But if you want to observe Tarawih at home now, please do. Let the father lead, the mother behind. Let the children also lead sometime. But the mother, if you want to lead, you have to lead yourself. Lead only the ladies.
He's talking about the locality, maybe a mosque in
the
area.
They want, no. At this time, we have to observe what the government directs. I've said in the beginning that to pray at home is encouraged, and that is what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants us to do at this time. So do not cause problem by going out so that you not cause a lot of problem by transferring the disease beyond where it is now. May Allah save us. Now, there is a question here. Yes, he said, is it compulsory? I say it's not, but you can give. Somebody said, please expatiate on the person that's unable to do fidya due to pregnancy and still owing it. I didn't say this before, but somebody that is unable to do fidya, he is to do fidya, but is unable to do it. I said from before a pregnant woman would choose not to fast, you will have tried it first. Maybe I didn't say it. Not that you just say mo lóyún nígbàwẹ̀. Rárá o, ọ gbìyànjú tí o bá ti wá lè ṣe àìlágbára ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ bá ti lóyún báyìí ìnígbàwẹ̀ rárá. Having said this one, the next question is, now I cannot fast. What would I do? You are either to pay fidya or to pay it back. Okay? Now I want to do fidya. That is my own decision. But I don't have money. Fear Allah, try, you will be absorbed of. Okay, when you would have delivered your baby. Okay, but if you cannot do it again, Allah knows that and Allah will forgive you. Barakallahu fikum. Now, the last question, please.
Okay, this one we have answered it. My parents comes a minute to iftar. What happens? It has been answered.
May Allah reward us and benefit us from this discussion. It is a pleasure to be with us all this afternoon. We pray Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make more of this in our life and benefit us from the several benefits of Ramadan and make us fast in good health while all our deeds are acceptable by Allah. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته.